Instructions for presentations, Module B, homework assignment number 2. You have your PowerPoint, attracting bees. You also have your butterfly video. So make sure you right-click, save it in a location where you can open it soon. Also open the audio, and again, save that so you can retrieve it after. So we'll go right into the PowerPoint. So first we're going to make a duplicate so we have our ending slide. So I'm going to right-click on slide 1, duplicate slide, and in here, Control A, and type the end. And then for the subtitle, click in there, Control A, and then just press delete. Remember, this click to add subtitle, it does not appear. You don't need to delete it. And I'll move that so it's slide 7. Then I'll click on slide 2. So slide 2 through 4 have a side panel or text box. And so if I went into slide 3, there's 3 actual objects. The picture, then the top section, the heading, and then the section underneath. There's 3 objects to each. We'll be putting a video on too. So for the object heading, select it, and we're going to change an animation. Transition is what happens between slides. Animation happens within the slide. So do you want it to shape in? Do you want it, and you can pick different shapes if you wanted it to diamond shape in. If I choose float in, now it's going to float in. If I choose flight, whatever I choose is going to be the one that stays there. So I'm going to choose shape, and I'm going to keep it the diamond shape. But I want to add it something else, that it does something else. So to add another animation to the same object, click Add Animation. And for this one, I'm going to choose Swivel. So now it swivels. So it actually does 2 things. And I have my numbers. Yours may not come up numbered, but I'm going to choose Animation Pane, and then you'll see them numbered. So if I were actually to do the preview, I should see both of them. If I want to change the order of them, and then preview, so I could have it swivel and then float in. So that's fine. But what happens is when I go to do a PowerPoint presentation, the presentation is waiting for me to click for it to move to the slide. Click so that the first animation, the swivel, moves. Click so that the second grow and spin works. But I don't want to have to do anything. So I'm going to click these arrows here and choose Start After Previous. And then I'll do the same thing on the first one. Then Start After Previous. What that will do is it'll start from when I first click leaving slide 1 and going to slide 2. And it will be correct if it changes to 0. So if I do a preview, it'll do both of them automatically. And if I were to do a slideshow just to show you what would happen. So here's my first slide. I'm just going to click to the next slide, and it does it all on its own. So that worked out nicely. So what I'm going to do on slide 2 with that object, I like it and I want to put it on the other 3 slides. So with it selected, choose Animation Painter, but double click real fast. And then what happens is you'll get a paintbrush. See the paintbrush attached to the mouse? So I'll click to slide 3, and then I'll click this one, Avoid Using Harmful Chemicals. So I'm applying it to that one. Go to slide 4, do the same thing, Provide Food and Water. Go to slide 5, and one more, Give them shelter. I just have to make sure now I turn the Animation Painter off. Alright, so now we'll go back to slide 2, and this is where we're going to put, so I can pull it out of here, our butterfly video. So Insert, Video, and it should be this device or on my PC. And I run into a little bit of errors here, so it'll get there eventually. And then select video, butterfly video. It'll be large, so I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller and then move it over. And if you want to, we have 2 new tabs. If I click away from it over here, I don't have those 2 new tabs, but if I click the video, I get them back. So one is video format and the other is playback. So in the format, if you wanted to add a frame around it, you could do that as well, and you could also change the border color if you wanted, and maybe the border thickness. It's up to you. And we could play it to see what's happening here. But what I want to do is go into video playback. And if I go into trim video, I could have it start at a different place and maybe end at a different place. And you have control of an exact time start that you could type in here, increase, or the end time. And then you can preview it to see if that's what you'd like to accept, but just move it a little bit to see that you know how to advance or end it, the video early, and then click OK. So if I were to do a slideshow presentation and I came to slide 2, the video wouldn't start unless I hovered over and clicked the play button. I don't want to have to do that, so I'm going to, instead of start on click, where I have to click it, I'm going to have it start automatically. So that way, when I do a slideshow, it would start automatically. Now I'll go to slide 4, and we'll put it in audio. Insert, audio, and it's on my PC. And then I'll select my audio, the MP3. And you can move this around if you'd like, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to hide it. You have your play, and again, I don't want to have to go over to the computer and press play. We also have our trim, so you want it to start a little bit later and end sooner. It's up to you. You have control of that, and then you can play it to test it out. But I'm going to change it so that it plays automatically. As soon as I go to slide 4, it'll start. Now the other thing is, if you want this to not show, this icon not show on your presentation, choose hide during showing. Now it shows here, but in the presentation it will not show. So the last thing, if you wanted to add animation for all the slides, you're welcome to do that. Choose transition, not animation, transition for all the slides. You're welcome to choose anything you like. And double right and slow it down if you want, and then apply to all. So they all have animation. And that's a save and submit. Thank you.